Our next guest, his wife and their 2 children, were living in the middle of an American dream. They had immigrated from Russia and were raising their family here in their new country until September 11th, when Tatiana Rizhova died at the World Trade Center. Since then, her husband, Vasily Rizhov, was trying to raise his sons alone. And then last month, only 5 days after the anniversary of September 11th, a blow. The INS told him he was going to be deported. He is fighting to stay in this country, and he joins us this morning with his sons and his lawyer, Michael Wiles. And we thank you for coming in, Mr. Rizhov. First, just tell me a little bit about your wife and why you both wanted to come to this country.
Well, because when you live in former USSR and you have almost no rights, you kind of hope for a better future for your children. And of course, we immigrated here with great difficulties. Well, but you can sacrifice a lot for your children and future generations.
She was a computer specialist and your college sweetheart.
Yes, we met in college, yes, that's right, in 1986.
Now, I understand that she got the green card. She got the right to stay here by the lottery, which is a phenomenal stroke of luck, and it was just 4 months before September 11th?
Yes.
And the lottery would have meant that probably you could stay here too.
Yes.
And Mr. Wiles, I want to ask about the boys, because Alex is 15 years old, and he's officially, has a green card, a permanent residency?
The one young man was born on U.S. soil, became a citizen. The other one acquired the green card through his mother's application. And it's just extraordinary, Diane, because on September 11th, my client effectively became both a mother and a father to his 2 children. And yet the government would contemplate, with the immigration laws that we have, to separate them. One child received the green card, and now the father is told, you can leave. And I am pleased to announce, though, that since late last night, we feel that there have been positive developments with the Immigration Service.
Well, Mr. Rizhov, when you got word that they were thinking of deporting you, what was your reaction?
Well, it was a shock, but then I started calling friends, because there is a lot of people who would support you in a difficult situation, especially Michael. This case was transferred to him, and you know, I'm really grateful that he is my lawyer, because, you know, all he was caring about how I am my children, even if I need some financial help, he would offer me, you know.
Now,
and
I do want to ask Michael this, because one of the things the INS has said, and we called them for a comment, was that one of the reasons they were talking about deporting you was that you had lied in 1994 on an application, 1993, on an application to stay here as a permanent resident. Did he do that?
No, emphatically no, Dan. What happened was there were several applications over the course of years that were filed. Unbeknownst to both of us, he had gone to somebody who held himself out as an attorney and filed a phony marriage case. And the government, in the end, used that hook to put their hat on and deny his case. And we were emphatic that he didn't commit that fraud. And we proved that, and now we hope and we believe the government will rise, again, through Senator Schumer's help, and grant the green card this week.
And you have said that if you were lying, you would have been in hiding, but in fact you paid taxes, you had a house, you had a complete record of your life here.
We did own a house. We bought it 2 years ago. You know, just kind of following the dream that you have, you know, and making everything possible.
So, Daniel,
to just live life.
Alex, is America home for the 2 of you?
I would say it is.
Daniel?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely?
Yes.
Well, I know there's been a lot of outrage about this. In fact, I read that one Wall Street woman, an executive, was so outraged she called up and just said, I'll marry you.
And she called my office and said, you know, this poor family, they left their wife and their mother on U.S. soil. How is it that our government would not want to keep them here? A Wall Street executive, and we won't allow any phony marriages in our office, but bottom line, we will see this through.
Well, again, Mr. Rizhov, Daniel, Alex, thanks for coming in, Mr. Wiles, and we'll stay with this case. You'll let us know the outcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. And we'll take a break, be right back.